Hey everybody, it is Monday Marketing again with the Watertown Oswego SBDC office. Thanks so much for joining us. My name is Erica Davis. I'm an economic recovery consultant for the Watertown Oswego SBDC office. And Liz Lonergan, the director of the center, is with us today. Hey Liz.
Hey Erica, happy Thanksgiving week.
I know, can we believe it? I think we're all sort of in that mode.
Right, yeah, the downhill slide or the uphill slog, depending on how you want to look at it, right?
Exactly right, yes.
In the new year. So let's, and everybody just, before we even start talking about this, please be careful. Take care of yourselves if you're traveling. It ain't good. It ain't pretty out there right now. So wear your mask and take care of yourself because we want to see you here next Monday and the Monday after that. So.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're obviously some new precautions are in in need at this point. So yeah. We certainly want to wish everybody a safe and happy holiday for sure. So we absolutely have a holiday on the mind as far as especially thinking about making the most of holiday sales for retailers out there or restaurants. So we really wanted that to be our main topic today. Is there anything else going on at the center that? And, again, I know we're kind of focused on.
We are. We're all focused on although, I don't know what happened to that turkey shortage because it's a turkey glut. But I was at the store over the weekend. Lots of turkeys. So that's good news.
Oh, good. Oh, that's.
Yeah, it is. It's good news. Just that this will be our last official event for this week. But a week from Wednesday, the 1st of December, yikes. We will resume our safety series with Kurt Callahan. So just as a reminder, that's Wednesdays on Facebook Live at 12 noon. And next week is farm and agricultural business safety, which, there's a lot. And then the following week, the 8th of December, will be auto and small engine repair safety. And then we'll be taking a little hiatus on that to let everybody think about the holidays. So.
Yeah, absolutely. But I know we've been working quite a bit on our plans for 2022 as far as bringing added resources. We are going to be continuing on with Monday Marketing, and so make sure you're checking out our Facebook page or our Instagram page to keep up to date with our 2022 events coming up here. So, all right. Well, let's talk about making most of the holiday sales. We know that for so many, especially retailers, or even if you don't have a brick and mortar store, if you're a crafter, a restaurant, a winery, brewery, this is really, the time when it's so important to, make the most of the opportunity to sell as much as you can. I mean, I owned a bookstore coffee house for 10 years, and we're so seasonal here, right? We are so seasonal, and book sales we're always extremely seasonal, but we have to think about, what are we doing and what can we be doing more to make the most out of people looking to purchase for sure. So do we have our slides up? Yeah, awesome. So we've got several things to talk to you about here today. And, Liz, you often talk about, that ability to surprise and delight your customers. So we're going to be talking about things like that today, as well as some more like practical tips on how to make the most of your holiday sales. So one thing we wanted to mention right off the bat, and if we could go to this website too, for small business owners, the Shop Small Saturday that's coming up right after Thanksgiving on Saturday. And this is a program put on by American Express. And it's really to help, smaller retailers make the most out of, post Black Friday, right?
Right.
And so they're offering, you can sign up still, and, obviously you're going to want to do this pretty quickly, but, they're offering all kinds of resources, signage for your stores, social media posts that you can put up about Small Business Saturday, and you're able to maybe incorporate some things about your own establishment, your own store, that kind of thing within them too. So, lots of great information here about how to promote Small Business Saturday, both online and otherwise, and a lot of great resources to do it easily and quickly, which is important.
Right. That's key right now because, it's almost here. And I think it's great that if you want to download or print anything out, but even if you just have a chance to review the website and look for things that you can then replicate in your own store or in your own service business, because let's not forget, even if you're a cleaner, or an auto detailer or a massage therapist, you may not have a storefront per se, or certainly not in a mall or something in a popular retail area, but there are tons of opportunities for service businesses to get involved with Small Business Saturday. And it doesn't have to be through American Express. It just promote your own services and goods and gift certificates, and buy now, use later. So really, it's not just for retailers. There really is there are a lot of resources that different service providers can also use.
Yeah, no, and I'm glad we're bringing this up several times, because it is, and I think about the fact that over the last couple of years with the pandemic, how much, the retailers and restaurants, how you guys have really taken the brunt, and not you, but fitness centers and, massage therapists and anybody who's in the salon and spa industry. This is, we're going to talk a little bit at the end about, the idea of being a good example and shopping locally and thinking about all those businesses that have really struggled over the last couple of years and supporting them, with a great experience, a massage for somebody, or that kind of thing. It's just an incredible way to shop locally. So that's a little bit of information about Small Business Saturday and how you can take advantage of the resources out there through American Express to really get that promoted. They do this because it's obviously helps your sales and your bottom line, to get the word out there and get people thinking about shopping small this year too. So, all right. So making it festive. I know, Liz, you've got fun ideas here too, but obviously it's time to decorate.
Right. That's right. There's no penalty for decorating before Thanksgiving. So, especially if you're a retail store, because let's face it, any of us who've been in big box stores since, I don't know, saw the Halloween stuff come rolling out. So,
right. And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to spend a ton of money to do it.
No.
We all know there's stuff that, hey, you might have 10 boxes at home from holiday decorations, and you don't have to spend a dime to get something. Or maybe there's a wreath sale going on where you can purchase wreaths for a donation and use those in your store and your that kind of thing. So
check out thrift shops. The thrift shop near me that I was just in on Saturday, they have a ton of Christmas stuff. And some of it's tacky, but as a business, you can kind of get away with that. You can be over the top. You can get that big shiny, glittery wreath, and no one's gonna judge you while they're having Christmas. So think about boy, I'm getting a lot of feedback. Am I echoing really badly? Yikes.
Is it still, because I just muted, or Nicole just muted me? Does it get better if I mute? Hang on.
Pardon us, folks. We're doing a little pause for the cause here. Yes, that's better now. So should we be muting back and forth then okay. Folks, we don't have a recording studio. We're just in our offices. Erica's at home. We're trying to make it work just like everybody else these days. So check out the dollar store, check out the thrift store, raid your own. Nicole just posted in the chat, headphones will solve this. Yes, I know. We work for the state. So no fancy tech gear for us. Anyway, be creative, make a bunch of cutout snowflakes if you have to. It doesn't have to be Christmas. Think winter, think non-denominational. If you're gonna put up Christmas stuff, put up Hanukkah stuff. Hanukkah starts a week from tonight. A week from tonight is the first night of Hanukkah, which is super early. So be inclusive. If you're gonna have Santa, have a menorah. If you're gonna have any something religious themed for one, try and be inclusive, or just have some letters that spell in those gel things you can get at the dollar store. Those are a lot of fun. Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy New Year. Because I think Erica, we hear a lot about the war on Christmas, and we're not here to get political. Again, we work for the state. We're just trying to promote small business. But be inclusive. If you're trying to be inclusive and not exclude people, no one's going to get upset if you say Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and Happy Hanukkah. Why not? So be inclusive. Think about people who may not be, where we are up here in the northeast part of the world, the very far north. It's a predominantly, at least Christian raised, if not actually active Christian. But just think about other places and gear yourself to serving the broadest audience possible. And remember that all money is green, as they say. So yeah, Nicole just put a great comment up here. Lights, lights are cheap, lights are fun. People love lights. And again, it's your business, so you can make it a little tacky, make them flash. You don't have to sit there in your living room and look at it all evening. So do it and make it fun.
Yeah, and just one other thing about making it festive too is at my store we always had a decorating party. So my staff would come and we'd have a pizza party or something and just get it all done as early as we possibly could, especially before Thanksgiving and that kind of thing. Which, but if you haven't decorated yet, it's not too late to go ahead and get some things up and make it feel festive and holiday like when people enter your establishment too. So,
and when you're decorating, take some pictures, post them on Facebook. Hey, look, we're getting ready. Anything to build the anticipation and the excitement. So if you have someone on top of a ladder, properly and safely, but if you have someone on a ladder, or you encourage your staff to wear goofy Christmas light up necklaces or something, post those pictures on Facebook and get people excited about what is happening at your business, in your town, and if there's any sort of promotion about Shop Small Saturday, or if you're in an area like I know Sackett's Harbor does one, I know Watertown does some stuff, I know Clayton does some stuff, Oswego. So if you're even you don't have to be downtown to take advantage. Figure out when that's all happening and make sure you post about it on social media. Hey, it's downtown Oswego's Shops Saturday, and we're not in downtown. We're only 4.5 miles away, but we're going to be offering XYZ. So
great advice. All right. So obviously, we have to talk about gift cards and gift certificates. This stage in Junker, that was just a huge percentage of our sales, at the bookstore coffee house. And so I don't think it matters necessarily if you have gift cards or you provide certificates. We've had a Marketing Monday on this before as far as how you do it, but I think that if you don't have that set up yet, try not to be intimidated about getting those. There are great resources out there online to get gift cards and certificates up and going for your establishment. And again, like we said before, we're not talking just retail and restaurant. The obvious places where we go buy gift certificates, but if you're a massage therapist or even a hairstylist or nail salon or it's so many people. Most establishments can offer a gift card and gift certificates. The only thing I'll say too is that remember when you're thinking about seasonality, that after Christmas, a lot of people are going to be coming into your establishment or redeeming, whether or not you have a brick and mortar, redeeming and thinking about that cash flow. So you need to be putting that money in an escrow to make sure that, because you're going to be, doing 60-minute massages that feel like, and redeeming gift certificates. So you have to think about that seasonality and what that brings. But gift card sales and certificates are incredibly important, and everybody should be taking advantage of that. And again, you've got to have that marketing strategy a bit behind your gift cards. And we're talking a little bit about rewarding our customers, next, and doing that through gift cards and gift certificates is a great way to do that too. So, any thoughts, Liz?
Well, there's always the promotions, like a massage therapist in my area, for example. If you purchase two 60 or 90-minute gift cards on this upcoming weekend, Friday and Saturday, then you get a free 30-minute. She's giving a free 30-minute one. So look around for promotions like that, and just really get creative. And we've said this before on Marketing Monday, but we're going to say it again. Gen Z and millennials want experiences. You don't have to have, they don't have, they don't have to have a million things under the tree. So think about what sort of experiences, and if you know a young millennial mom who has a couple little kids and is also working, what might her or the dad's ideal gift be? Maybe a gift certificate for cleaning the house, detailing the car. And you can have fun with it. You can buy the gift card and make something that goes with it. Here's a gift card for a full day of skiing and ski lessons, and the grandmother will babysit, or the aunt, or so have fun with it, and make sure that when you're thinking about these gift cards, what part can you play? If you can give someone a gift certificate to paint an interior room, and say you're a person who is really good with colors, you can say, and a free color consult from me, or whatever, or buy them a fan deck, one of those things at the paint store with all the different colors. They're like 10, 15 bucks. Put that with the gift certificate. Have some fun with it. And Nicole is going to pipe in now. She wants.
This is just really quick. So I set up a gift certificate website for a region, and I put on a doula. She wanted to be a part of the site, and I said, sure, we're going to add you. And someone purchased the doula gift certificate. I've had people purchase monthly passes to local art centers. So just because you're not a traditional gift certificate business, if you offer it, people really appreciate it. And people will actually buy it if you facilitate the transaction online in some way. Okay, that's all I've got.
Yeah. Shoot, I lost my train of thought.
Well, I'll say it's nice when the professional affirms what you've just said, right? I mean, this is Nicole's business. She's in the marketing business. Eric and I are we're more generalists, but Eric, of course, has owned a retail store for over 10 years. But yes, really don't. And if you are thinking, oh, my son or daughter or spouse would love a gift certificate for XYZ, call the business up, make the suggestion. Don't assume that they won't do that for you, because if you know the business and they're a legitimate business, they can write it on this and it will be good as long as they're still in business. That you don't have to get the pre-printed fancy things. So just and embellish it. Add right. If you want a business to get, ask them. Excellent, much more succinct than I just said. But yes, thank you, Nicole.
Right. Yeah.
Did you find your thought, Eric?
Yeah, the only other thing I wanted to say about gift cards and certificates is that, because we were talking about rewarding the customer too, and we can talk about that more, but just generally is that, if you buy $50 in gift cards, you get a $10 gift card or something like that. I can't remember if I have those numbers right. So do your math as far as what's worth it to you and what's not, what's the smart move there. But that $10 gift certificate brings them back in the store. Right. So you've got that repeat business as far as so think about what you want to offer and how you want to offer it. That way that can be good too.
And the other thing with gift cards and gift certificates is there are laws about how long they have to be good for, but so don't be miserly about it, business owners. Like, just remember, you're getting their money up front. And you can always give the person a call and say, hey, you bought that $200 gift card from me. Don't forget, I'm here, I'm open. So, when you're selling the gift card, you can always collect demographic information, like the person's email or the recipient's email, and send out some fun promotions after the fact, because to Erica's point earlier, you want people to redeem them in a fairly brisk manner. You don't want somebody sitting on it for 3 years, because that can be a problem. I tried to redeem a restaurant gift card, and I don't know, a couple months ago, and the place gave me a hard time because I had found it in the bottom of an archaeological dig in my purse, and they honored it, but they weren't happy. So if you're a business and you feel like you want those things cashed in, or you're worried about it, then take charge of the situation and be proactive.
So let's see, Nicole, what's next on our list here? Oh, partnering up for sure. So this is about thinking about collaborative opportunities in your community. I mean, obviously, if you're a member of the chamber, that makes sense for you. That's a great way to take advantage of their resources and the things that they're doing. For instance, events. In my town, we have a big Dickens festival, and so the chamber is, really putting that on and bringing, people to our community. And the important part as far as being a retailer or a restaurant in that situation is, again, making the most of it, taking advantage of it, partnering up, making sure your membership is good, and that maybe you're offering to do some other things that might bring people to your store. I know the Dickens Festival has characters, right? And at one point in time, they needed a place to change and I needed a break place. So I offered up the bookstore basement to them, so for the whole season, they were back and forth, and I made sure, because we were off the beaten path a little bit from our main street. So therefore the characters were walking around, a little bit closer to our streets and that kind of thing. So think about how you can collaborate, how the chamber's helping you, in these situations, especially with events. Think about how you might be able to help them make it a really successful season too. And even if you don't belong to chamber, thinking about those strategic partnerships, that make a lot of sense to you, whether it's with a restaurant or, I don't know, we can probably come up with a ton of examples here as far as strategic partnerships that could work. Yeah. Any thoughts?
Yeah, think about the businesses that are located adjacent to you. And, don't limit yourself to a like business. It could be something completely different. But if you are, like Erica was saying, if you're off the beaten path a little bit, what other businesses are off the beaten path, and how can you get people to come your way? That offering the place for the characters to change is brilliant. And if your local chamber isn't doing something for the holidays, call them up and say, hey, I'd like to get involved. Can we do something for next year? It's never too late. Can we do something for 4th of July? There's lots of good ideas out there that you can steal. And, Skinny Atlas has done a terrific job with the Dickens Christmas. They really have, Sackett's Harbor, which is in our region, has done a terrific job with Small Business Saturday. There's even a place in Lacona outside of Sandy Creek. We profiled a couple of weeks ago on the shopping cart, e-commerce, Winona Creek. They have Santa come in. They have cookies and cocoa. They do things. They have photo opportunities with Santa. They're one little retail store in a residential town, but it works for them. And never underestimate the power of an event or a way to draw people in. And again, use social media. We're getting ready for Santa. He'll be here at 2 p.m. tomorrow, and then you can have a picture of the open or the empty chair, or make a funny face or something. Anything to draw people's eyes in. A lot of people will plan, but also there's always going to be those last minute folks. So.
Yeah, and I think in preparation for today, we talked a little bit about ladies' nights and men's night. Certain things that you can do. That's a big one because, and I think our chamber does it here, but we also used to have a merchants association that was really more geared toward the actual merchants in town. But we would host a ladies' night, bring the ladies, women in and who want to shop and make a wish list and that kind of thing. And then a week later, like doing a men's night where, you serve them free beer and, show them the shopping list or wish list and give them an opportunity to shop that night. So lots of fun opportunities out there to collaborate with other business owners in your community and do fun, festive things that'll make a difference in getting people into your establishment. So, and I also think I can't think of specifically, but things are coming to mind, like, pairing gifts, like you were talking about before, you could do that strategically with other partners, a massage, like a spa day, a massage here and a manicure here or something like that, so. And that's
don't afraid to pair stuff. Absolutely. If the massage therapist is next to an auto detailer, get them a gift certificate for both and say, while you're getting your massage, your car is getting detailed. And our friend John Hunt just posted on Facebook, holiday purchase coupon for Valentine's Day discount. Absolutely. There's a reason that retailers put Valentine's candy out on January 5th, right? Because it's coming right up and people think about it. So thank you for that, John. John is a great partner of the SBDC and does the marketing segment of our entrepreneurial training class, which, by the way, for 2021 is pretty much free, and 2022. So if anybody's interested, you can contact us. But don't be, if you are going to have a men's night, think about, and not all men are horrible gift givers like the, traditional view of the American man, right? But make sure you're properly staffed. Make sure your staff has some questions. So say you're a jewelry store or a craft store. Make sure they know what to ask to draw the information out of the person. Does your person wear sterling or yellow gold or white gold, or does she wear dangly earrings? Does he wear a lot of bracelets? What's their favorite color? Make sure your staff is prepared to draw people out, because not all men are horrible gift givers. That's absolutely true, but some of them really are, or it feels like they freeze. They don't know what to do. So ask those questions. Be properly staffed. Make sure you're able to give people personalized service. That's why they go to men's night. It really isn't for the free beer. That's an added bonus. It's not really for the free beer. So really think about that. And if you're doing one of those special nights, have gift wrapping. And just because you're buying a gift card doesn't mean it can't be wrapped in a beautiful package, or a beautiful envelope, or with a fancy bow on it. Surprise and delight the customer.
Yeah, I think this is a great segue to our next slide and talking about providing exceptional customer service.
Got ahead of myself there.
Yeah, right. No, it's okay. It was a great segue, like I said. And John, thanks for your comment. And awesome, again, bringing them back into your store ideas for slower months, right? So important. So that's a fantastic idea. So exceptional customer service, but for me, this is like the most important topic as far as providing that experience. And I think, Liz, you kind of hit it right on the head as far as training your staff, and we can talk about, all the gift wrapping. I mean, for instance, I had a friend that was shopping around town just this weekend, perfect example of maybe not what to do, but she went into a store to buy a couple of gifts, and the person behind the counter was a fairly young person. Not that necessarily matters, but didn't have the experience from a previous job probably, and really did not know how to wrap the gifts. They were offering free gift wrapping, which can be so important for a merchant, for a retailer, to offer that free gift wrap, but she hadn't been trained on how to do that. And so it was frustrating for my friend. She didn't have a lot of time. These were gifts, not Christmas or holiday gifts. They were, for this weekend. And she did not have a good experience that way. So we can have great ideas as far as offering free gift wrapping and, all these extras, but our staff need to know how and what they're doing. It's so important. So taking that time to train your staff and also for them to make sure that they're doing it consistently, right? One wrap is the same as the other, no matter the person. It doesn't obviously have to be a perfect map, but it's important that they have the real details on how to do that and how to do it well, and to know that it's really important for the customer experience, for sure.
Right, and if you don't know how to wrap gifts well, get some YouTube videos going. There's 1,000 of them, 10,000 of them out there probably. And find a good one and have your staff member learn how to do it, and then have them practice by wrapping some empty boxes to put around the store. You can't expect anybody to know how you want things done if you're not going to train them. So it really is important. And when people are in browsing, ask them what they like, and hey, we have a gift registry. We have a gift registry. Very often people shop at the kind of places that they want presents from. Hint, hint to the men watching. So get a gift registry going and encourage people to sign up for it, and point out specific things. And also remember that even if you're an antique store or a thrift shop, people love vintage stuff, right? Everything doesn't have to be brand new. And another thing about the gift wrapping, you don't always have to offer it. You can say, at our ladies' night only, at our men's night only. And if you don't have the staff or you don't have the interest, partner with a local not-for-profit. Maybe that food bank, or maybe the dog shelter, animal shelter that you work with all they need is a card table, right? Some scissors, tape, and wrap. There's not a lot to it. And it maybe get by donation, or that way you get to partner with a local not-for-profit. They get some money, they get some exposure. They're teaching their volunteers, and you don't have to pay someone to do that extra service. And if you bought the paper and the accoutrements, I bet you'd find some willing partners. So think outside the box, and just remember, you don't have to have a dedicated staff wrapper, box wrapper, whatever the proper term is, at people's beck and call all the time. You can also offer a service where we'll drop the wrapped gifts off at your home, or you can pick them up 2 days later with a pretty little Christmas bag. If you can offer value-added services, people will take advantage of them, especially if they trust you. And if you're a local small business, then you can create that relationship.
Yeah, I think those are fantastic ideas. I also think that customer service goes beyond the gift wrapping, right? And again, one other thing about gift wrapping, you don't want to be the only one that knows how to do it. So that's another reason, if you're going to offer free gift wrapping, to make sure that everybody's trained on how to do that. So the other thing about exceptional customer service is, just training your staff and remembering yourself to have that smile on your face. I mean, everything counts when people walk in the door. And Liz, you touched a little bit earlier on, what we call in the book industry is hand selling. That knowledge behind the product, and training your customers to have knowledge behind product, whether it's a locally made product, how it's made, where it's made, those kinds of things, or it is knowledge about maybe some books that you're selling or something, and it doesn't have to be, everybody up till midnight studying every product line, but to have, to make sure you're training people that way is super important. And again, just that the friendliness and the natural, ability to do that, and hiring people who care about exceptional customer service in general is hugely important. Okay, we've touched on rewarding your customers. That can be with a frequent buyer club. It could be a special holiday promotion like we've talked about. One other thing that we haven't touched on yet is, you said having nonprofits come in and that kind of thing. We always did an angel tree. And this is customers actually donating to the angel tree, but it is providing them an opportunity to give to the community in an easy, convenient way. So for instance, we had worked with a food pantry, and they would give us the names, the female or male, and then the age of the child. And people could take that off the tree, go shop for a book for the child or a toy, and then we would wrap it, for free, and make absolutely sure that, it went wrapped under the tree, and then it all went to the food pantry. So we took care of all of that part, so that our customers could feel like they could donate, easily. And it's also very a local feel good thing as far as the donation is concerned too. So think of it. There are so many ways that you can partner with a nonprofit to do something like that, and make it a rewarding experience for the customer too.
Right. It gives people the opportunity to make a contribution in a relatively easy way. And often that's why you get asked if you want to round up to the nearest dollar at like say Tom's grocery store, for example, because it works. So and you can, it doesn't have to be fancy. It doesn't have to be using your register. You can even provide a box. And there's some great nonprofits, your local food bank. There's a place called Period Products North Country that accepts donations for feminine products, tampons, sanitary napkins, Depends. Talk about a great way to give back to the women of our community, because let's face it, the responsibility for the holiday is greatly on women. I mean, even if we're working full time, we have the gift list in our heads, and we have the menu, and we know when the turkey has to get fried, and we know when the pie crust has to be made or the pie has to be ordered. So, there's lots of ways to help our community. And if there was ever a time to be more community minded, it certainly is now.
Right. And again, that whole idea of, rewarding your customers, thinking of things to make their life more simple, like you were just talking about, is also, you can get really creative with things like that, or just more enjoyable. I know too that when we collaborated with other restaurants or retailers, sometimes, if somebody purchased something in our store, they would get a free, glass of wine, or free something at another establishment in town too. So thinking about those ways that are meaningful to your customers, or fun, or more relaxing for your customers, can be a great way to go. So we talked a little bit about inclusivity before, being respectful and sensitive, especially around the holiday season. I know in our store that we definitely carry Hanukkah products, and that kind of thing. So it's absolutely imperative these days that we pay attention and be sensitive to our customers. Yeah.
Yep, and that extends to, you don't have to have Christmas carol hymns playing on the music. You can, tune it to Spotify, to even to just classic, or the Nutcracker, or something that has broad appeal. But also think about your workers. Don't keep the same two playlists going all day long, all holiday season long, because your workers have to listen to it. So mix it up. And sometimes it can feel like we're all on holiday overload, especially, those of us who don't have little kids anymore. So really, don't feel the need to go crazy. And if you're sick of holiday music, your customers might be too. So put something more generic on. And really remember that winter themes, snowmen, snow people, snowflakes, winter scenes, horse-drawn sleighs, all that stuff evokes the holidays without screaming Christmas. So you can really do some interesting work on that. And don't, if you are respectful and inclusive, no one's going to get upset. And don't, but also don't feel compelled to be something you're not, right? Just be yourself. And just, if this is how you are, then be yourself, and let your commitment to your business and your community shine through.
Yeah, and I think too, if you need help that way, or looking for resources, there are resources out there. Your chamber may have some information about making sure that you're sensitive and inclusive during the holidays.
Absolutely. And there's no greater resource for a business than your chamber. Even like SBDC, we can help you get started, we can help you grow, but in your day-to-day operations, you definitely should belong to your chamber, or even sign up for their free newsletters if you don't feel you can make the investment. But if you've even considered it, give your local chamber a call, and or even another chamber that you admire. You don't have to join the one in your town. If you think one's doing some cool stuff, hop on their coattails.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So I think we've gone over a little bit. We want to make sure we answer any questions or hear anybody's comments. So we were going to talk. We've talked a little bit about being the great example and shopping locally ourselves, right? Especially if we're small business owners. But I think everybody understands how important that is. That we're keeping money in our communities and that kind of thing. Anything else quickly, Liz, that you want to add to that?
Yeah, I just want to say, none of us are purists, right? They don't sell PlayStations at the local jewelry store. So we all have to go to big boxes. We all shop there. Just remember, if you go in person or order curbside from your local big box store, that tax revenue stays in our county and the region. And if your local Walmart doesn't have it and you have to go to Central Square, well, then Central Square's Walmart then Central Square's county, which is Oswego County, gets the tax revenue. But when you order online from the giant A, that tax revenue doesn't come here. So we're not saying you should be purists. We're saying you should have fun. And as a business owner, be the example, be the change, be the business you want others to be. If you're shopping locally, or even if you're just mailing out something at the post office, post it on social media. Hey, here I am using my local post office. Here I am ordering a centerpiece from my local florist. Share stuff that other communities and other businesses are doing on social media, and be positive. It's not pie, right? It can keep getting bigger. The economic impact that your business will make and that you can derive from being inclusive and community minded, the returns will be there.
Yeah.
They really will.
Nicole, you had a comment?
I'm only tagging in when I'm like, yeah, I want to say something. So the one thing I will say too is that a lot of people who are watching this right now, you're probably more social media savvy than the average person. In particular, maybe some of the business owners in your community who maybe don't have websites or don't quite know how Facebook works or whatever. What I like to do when I buy something local is I'll do a social media post about it. I'll take a picture of the bag. I'll take a picture of the product. And I will do as much as if I'll tag the business if they have a Facebook page, I'll link to the business if they have an online store. I try to rather than it just being visible to me, I try to make it visible to other people. Maybe you can use a hashtag or two if you feel into that. But it's funny because whenever I do that, people are saying oh, I didn't know this business had this kind of product. And by you putting it out there, oh, I didn't know that they had art supplies at this store, or I didn't know that they had cashmere sweaters at this other store. So just if you're out buying stuff, by posting that, it helps the business get in front of maybe different people. And that's something you could just do whether you own a business or not.
Yeah, that's a fantastic idea. Great, huge way to support each other, right? And small business locally for sure. So, all right, we've got just a few more minutes here, so we'll try to answer questions. And if we can't answer them today, we'll definitely pay attention. You can post your question, or we'll make sure to get back to you. Okay, so did we answer? I don't think that we necessarily have any questions.
Well, I had some questions, but you answered them about how to be inclusive and whatever. But we do have a comment from John, which I think is really, every gift certificate is the opportunity to engage with a new repeat customer, or just having something festive, is a way to engage with a new customer. So all of these, rather than feeling and I feel this way sometimes, which is why I'm saying it, rather than feeling like it's an extra thing that we have to do, thinking of it as an opportunity to engage with people in a new way. Because we all have a lot to do around this time of year, but it's nice to get into the spirit of things too.
Yeah, yes. And the other thing I'll say is that we know that the clock's ticking, right? Thanksgiving is Thursday, but if you like any of these ideas, or write them down, put them somewhere so that you revisit them in July or September. And if you want to get your community involved, if you're saying, we could be like Sackett's, we could be like Skinny Atlas, then give me a call, give the SBDC a call. We can help you brainstorm some ideas because there's nothing more powerful than a committed group of people to make some changes. And we can give you some suggestions about, who to talk to and how to get that started. And it may be too late to do a whole community-wide thing this year, but it's not too late for you to do a few things in your business. And it's not too late for you to start thinking about how it could be different next year and what you could do. And if there's anything that COVID has taught us, it's that we need to seize the day and celebrate now and have fun now. And we really hope that you all do that. And call us if you think we can be of help. And if we can't be of help, we can probably find someone who can be. So we have a lot of resources at our disposal.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay, well, we have a couple minutes to wrap up here. So if there are no more, or if there aren't any questions, I will say too, just along the lines of asking for help, right? And making sure that you're, creating those partnerships so that things don't seem so intimidating, especially if you're just getting going with thinking about, making the most out of holiday sales. I would suggest too, maybe just thinking of 3 things, right, that really pertain best to your business. 3 things. Is it a collaboration, a strategic partnership? Is it joining the chamber? Is it offering one simple gift card reward, something like that? So it's not so intimidating, but that you can put these into place by at least the beginning of December, and try not to stress yourself out that it all needs to happen, and you can test things out this year, try something new next year, and just continue to take part and do as much as you can to take advantage of this time of year, so important for small businesses. So we sure appreciate everybody joining us today. And we'll be back next Monday after Thanksgiving. We're going to talk a little bit about shipping and packaging and boxing. So that'll be good too for the coming sales. So we will be back then, and we certainly hope everybody has a safe and happy Thanksgiving. Bye, everybody.
All right. Thanks, Erica. Thanks, Nicole. Bye, everybody.
Thank you.